Hey guys, I have Nick St. Martin here with me. She is an attendee here at Chirofest 2018 out here in Vancouver, Washington, which if you guys didn't know, it's right on the border of Portland, Oregon. But so what are a couple of your takeaways, Nick, from being here as somebody that's watching all the amazing speakers?
You know, this is, I think, my fourth or fifth Chirofest, and I have to say it never ever gets old. The speakers are always so engaged and clearly in it for the right purpose. You know, they show up and they're ready to deliver, and the energy in the room and with the speakers is just incredible.
Yeah, and you know, for me, I'm on the chiropractic circuit, so I'm hitting a lot of these major events, and everywhere I go, I get to see awesome friends like you and see all the smiling faces. But it's a really nice community up here too, and the things that the chiropractic, I guess, culture is becoming up here in the Pacific Northwest.
Absolutely. I think that Chirofest in and of itself draws a lot of people up and down the West Coast. I just spoke to somebody who came from Southern California. They drove for like 9.5 hours or something. But I think that, you know, just the idea, the opportunity to get together with our own people and our own tribe really solidifies, ideally, what we show up for work for every day, right? And it's just kind of that empowering group dynamic that enables us to be able to come here and hopefully go home feeling a bit more confident, a little more certain, and certainly with more tools to use, you know, come the next week, basically.
Yeah, and it's so much about the philosophy of fellowship. It's so much about the philosophy of knowledge. It's so much about what can we all accomplish together if we spend time with each other and start to get to know the person that's practicing down the street from us even.
Absolutely. I think it's really easy to feel like the lone wolf once in a while in practice. Even if you do have, you know, a chiropractor practicing on the next block, a lot of the times you're so sort of stuck in your own minutia that coming to events like this really helps you see your neighbors essentially and gets you really excited. And so I think it's important to do it often.
So I didn't prep a Nick for this, but I'm going to ask her something. Who's your favorite speaker so far?
Adele Bigtree. Yeah, he brought it. Yeah.
And see, that's the science and the research that is involved in the triune, science, philosophy, and art. And I think that they did a great job of getting a culmination of people inside the profession, outside the profession, but people that are actually on the front lines supporting the principles of chiropractic.
Absolutely. I think that whenever I come to an event like this, I find that I show up and all of the information that I'm receiving is exactly what I'm supposed to be hearing. It's maybe something that I've been dealing with in my head or in my practice or in my community. It's always right on point, and it's time well spent.
Yeah, so I know that we've been working together now for the past, I don't know, what is it, 18 months to 2 years?
Yeah.
And we're a part of a film that's coming out. Tell us a little bit about what it was like for us to come out and do the film work and where you've seen the production going.
Well, I had never really been a part of anything like that before, and it was just really great. It was simple, it felt natural, it was really exciting, and it brought some real attention for me to the fact that what we do is so incredibly important. And then seeing it on film sort of reiterates the idea that, you know, what we have is really special, and I think you guys do a great job of bringing that out and being able to communicate it, because sometimes it's not the easiest thing to communicate.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know Anik St. Martin, she has a huge pediatric practice out in Longview, Washington, and it's just amazing to see these massive families that you take care of, and the pregos and the newborns, and the way that you're helping these families start to have a better quality of life through one adjustment at a time.
It's amazing. You know, sometimes, most of the time when we're adjusting a baby or a toddler, it doesn't even matter, it could be a teenager, I always get this glimpse of like the idea that, you know, we have no idea what that particular adjustment is going to mean for that person 3 months down the line, 3 years down the line, 30 years down the road. And I think that being able to communicate that with families in a hopeful way, because I think people are just looking for answers. A lot of sick kiddos out there and really sick families, and they're busting their asses, frankly, to try to find some answers, and all they're getting is confusion. chiropractic is really the best place to start.
Yeah, and one of the things that you mentioned in the movie is that the largest sector of pharmaceutical push is for infants and toddlers.
It's getting crazy. Kids are coming in, they're on drugs for acid reducers. I'm getting toddlers who are on drugs like Prozac. Last week I had a child who came in and was on a adrenaline blocker because of his spirited self, I guess. It's a huge market. And so they're coming in already sort of dampened, and they're coming in already being told that their potential can't be achieved, or that they're damaged, or that they're non-functional. And parents lose faith in the idea that their kids do have all the potential they need. It just needs to be expressed. And that's really what it's all about.
So it's all about subluxation-based chiropractic. And it's all about the nervous system functioning the right way. And for you guys out there that are watching this, you guys probably understand that it's not the symptom that needs care. It's the nervous system that needs to start functioning the right way. So when a chiropractic performs a life-changing adjustment every single time, it's not just the osseous adjusting of the bone. It's not just the audible that you get. It's about the streamlined nervous system, which allows the body to start readapting to its best quality state of life.
Absolutely. It's about speaking to that person's potential and getting their families and ideally their teachers and their communities to see that also, because I feel like there's this general thing going on where people's fires are dying, and it's happening to our kids big time in masses, right? A good portion of our kids are on drugs, and they go to school, and on the schools there are signs. They walk in every day and there are signs that say this is a drug-free zone, yet they're handed drugs by the school nurse at lunchtime. And so there's a big contradiction going on, and we're really the ones that make sense, and parents get it because we all technically want the same thing, especially for our kids.
Mm-hmm. And if anybody has a family out there, you've been on the fence about getting to go see a chiropractor or having the whole family come in to see a chiropractor, I think it was the great Sigafoos that said, why would you come here to get adjusted and leave your family at home to be sick?
Absolutely. That's what chiropractic is. It's about family care. And if a chiropractor isn't, comfortable adjusting babies, they can give you recommendations certainly for babies and kids to be adjusted.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in learning more about what Dr. Anik does, what's your website?
It's advantagechiro.com, myadvantagechiro.com.
So Anik is just has a plethora of information for anybody out there that wants to help grow their practice into whole family practice, not just taking care of those people with banged up, necks and backs, but actually taking care of thriving families, allowing people to reproduce the right way too.
Exactly, absolutely. Pregnancy-centered care, and in fact, preconception care is really important. And so the dream is really to get babies under care early on, to have them go through life being adjusted, and then when they eventually become parents, it's a completely different ballgame. I've seen it time and time again where these families just thrive, and it's not just the chiropractic adjustment that certainly sort of ignites the spark, but it's the chiropractic lifestyle. It sort of propels them into looking into everything that's required to make a family successful.
Yeah, and everything she said right there is the things I tell people all the time, is find a trusted resource in your community that can take care of your family. There's not a pill, a potion, or a lotion that's long-term going to help you have a better quality of life. The real thing out there is to find somebody that can check you and adjust you if necessary, and do that once a week for the rest of your life. So, Dr. Anik, thank you for sharing with us. Thank you. And I just want to close out. Is that okay?
Yeah.
If you guys didn't make it to Chirofest 2018, buy your tickets, book your flight, and get your hotel, get an Airbnb. I don't care. Come stay with me and get out here for 2019 to Chirofest. This is the best thing on the West Coast, on the Pacific Northwest. Paul Reed, thank you for you and your team for doing such an amazing job, for harvesting the best talent out there to come here and to fill up the cups of these amazing chiropractors who need the fellowship, who need the science, philosophy, and art, and who need a venue like this to be able to come in and see each other, and maybe you guys get adjusted too.
Yes.
But as I always say, you guys are just one story away. Keep hustling. See you guys in the next one.